Well, recap on it. I guess the answers were answered. Everything was answered in there. The drama was stirred up. We did get to figure out what the hell was going on between Devontae and Brittany. Glad to see that they're actually not together because Devontae needs to work on himself. But then, fuck that. He can't work on himself. That boy got that boy's engaged. He has a new baby on the way, and he got himself a new house recently over this past some odd months, this past year. Crazy. That I think right now will be the shocking news of today of what's going on with the reunion. But Amber and Jordan wasn't necessarily shocking to me because you can see Amber's intensity of defensiveness in the relationship, and which again that was the red flags for me. Jordan persevered as much as he could, and sometimes when some of that stuff do come about, it's hard for them to get over with. It's hard for a relationship to move past that and be a solid relationship. So, it is what it is. They tried, they did their best. More props to them on that part, at least. But we'll see for sure what happens next. Um, Ashley and Alex. Oh my God, Alex, my guy, bro, dead ass. Just be honest. Like I said, just be honest with you being dirty. All right. You were going back and forth to places. The reason why you can't keep your story straight is because you got wasted and your butt was partying a little too much, enjoying yourself a little too much. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. You were having fun. You were doing your thing. You were semi single. You were seeing someone, but okay, you messed around. So who cares? You're not with the person right now. You're with the new person. You just got to be honest moving forward, especially the fact that you chose Ashley to be your future wife. At that point, you just let her know, yes, I did mess up. There was some stuff happening. I was messing around. And I know it was literally just right before I came here onto the show. And I know that questions my integrity of wanting a marriage, but in all honesty, it woke me up and it told me that I want this. I want a new path. I don't want to continue this way. I want to stop the games. I want someone to be my solid and move forward. What the hell hard kind of crap was that? How hard was that to say? But no, complicated. Just want to complicate things. Fine, whatever. It is what it is. But also, I'm glad they're not together. That wasn't going to work. Then Chris today was just nothing but a shit show. Everything was on that boy. That boy looked like he was so sad and depressed in a way. He kind of gave that perception. At the end of the day, he's a dick. That's attitude is not going to change. He's still going to be a dick. And just to move forward, there's no way that's going to change. Who else we got? Mike and Emma. So glad that Emma is doing something else for herself and is still happy. I think that relationship could have been better and had a chance had Mike just, let that guard down. But you can kind of, I don't know. It was a shocking thing for me to say that he's engaged to someone else, but or with no relationship. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but it sucked. It truly sucked that those two couldn't work something out. Those guys literally look like as if you gave them time to discuss this whole child situation, it would have made it because she was warming up. She was warming up to the fact. And for a relationship, you just got to give it time. This show doesn't allow you proper timing. But in this instance, the fact that you guys said, let's take a pause, let's work on something, made it seem like, all right, this was the right move for them, giving it time to know each other. And then from there, we can make that decision. So for them not to do that afterwards, and Mike just to be quick and one and done, that's fucked up. That's my opinion. Solid dude, but I don't know, that whole decision was bad. Who else we have on there? Vic and Christine, the relationship itself, great. You know what I mean? That was solid. Oh, and Bree and Connor. Those two actually, I know they left prior to the whole decision thing, but them saying they worked it out was a shocker. I thought that was going to be Devontae and Brittany, but seeing those two actually make it work and then work on each other more after the show ended and now engaged. Well, not engaged. No, they're just dating right now. But now that they're together, just goes to show that this was the right decision she made, and for Connor showing that, you know what I mean? I think that was the one other good thing too as well. So not bad on that part. Overall, solid. We got answers, what we needed to know. And at this point, we'll see what's the next show to come. Season 11, if there is one, and if there is one, from where? I guess I got to look that up. But I'm not a social media post kind of guy. If you guys saw some stuff on social media, some drama, go ahead and share it for me, man. Let me know. I like to see what kind of stuff is out there. I don't really go into the social media status and check on their platforms and see what they're doing. But I am intrigued to see what Chris is doing. Only because it's like, especially after the reunion, like you're gonna go home and do what? That's my thing. What's gonna happen to him afterwards is gonna be my thing. Which then, what happens to him afterwards then just tells me whatever you said in the reunion was bullshit, which I still believe was bullshit. But we'll see. And Jessica, good to see Jessica found herself a solid man after the show. It's nice to see that she didn't let this situation hurt her, bring her down. She was able to move past it and, find an actual dude who really appreciates her and really, is looking at her as a person and wanting to make bigger, better things for her, which is solid. So overall, not bad a reunion. I think it was a pretty good reunion. Drama everywhere, all the shit talking and stuff too. I like these reunions, man. You get all the tea that comes up, especially trying to figure out what the hell happened once the cameras go off. That's the real stuff. So great reunion, yeah. But tuning off. Thank y'all for letting me enjoy some reunion with you guys, and thank y'all for joining the reunion with me too as well. Otherwise, let me know if you guys think otherwise. All right, y'all take it easy.